Welcome to Backwater Casting. I'm your host, Rick Green. As we start off our 9th season, we've headed up to the Miramichi for some striped bass fishing, and our guest today is Miramichi City Councillor Tony Walsh. The water's just alive here.
Look at them coming right towards you.
Yeah. It's alive here. I mean, it's just literally alive. You can see the line jumping. I think there's so many fish down there, they're swimming into the line. But they're everywhere down there. The bottom is just alive with fish. Oh, they're all over the place. You look over the side, if you watch the water, you can see, oh look, there's a whole school of them there. They're just everywhere. They're coming even right up underneath it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, there's like 5 or 6 of them at a time there.
You don't even gotta go out. You don't even gotta cast far.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
This is relaxing now. I'm relaxing and enjoying myself. Oh, nice little size one.
Okay, just here, swing them over this way. There, take the pressure off the tip.
You want the big one.
The small fish like that,
yeah.
they don't want you. A lot of guys, they call it jaw jack, and they would pull their wrist down, and,
yes.
And that breaks their jaws.
Okay.
I've only seen 1 or 2 of the, that I would consider a decent sized fish swimming by. Small again. All those big 65-centimeter ones know I want one for supper. We talked earlier about pinching those barbs off, and you can just, even this little guy, see how easy that hook popped out of that. So it really helps with the handling on the fish as well. I mean, they do have a very spiny dorsal fin, and the less handling, the better.
Look at them going. Huh? Easy, baby. So
anything that you want handled, I will handle it.
Where's that little net? Oh. Yeah, don't let it, because you'll break the tip.
Break the tip, yeah. You leave about 3 feet of line. There's 100 stripers. I'm looking at them swimming around the boat. Yeah, just squeeze the lip hard, and they won't flop.
Here,
on the bottom, yeah. Get a good grip. Bring them in closer to you. There.
Living the dream. We're living the dream. This is relaxing now. I'm relaxing and enjoying myself.
Well, they're all around the boat.
They are too. Actually, what are they doing when they're coming up like that?
That's part of their spawning process.
Yes.
There'll be a big female probably in the middle of that, and the male's around her.
Yeah.
And they're encouraging her to release her eggs, and they're releasing sperm into the water.
Okay.
I'm watching them swimming around the boat. Again, they're right there. That whole side is just full of fish right there. There we go. Just drifting. Never even moved it. That was just dead in the water. Look at them all. There's a whole 20 fish chased it in. Lots of them that size. We're looking for one of the big mamas. Mama's usually the big girl.
There we go. Come on, baby. Be the nice girl.
Oh, you'll know if you get a good one because the line's going to start going the other way.
Oh yeah, she'll drag.
That's a little better. We hit that 36-incher in the river the other day, and it left.
Yeah.
It was heading for parts unknown. Oh, you're off.
Off anyway.
We had about 3 feet more water when we started, and we haven't moved that far, but we've definitely lost our depth.
Doesn't seem like we lost. What'd you say we're at? What depth now?
Only 2 feet. There's 1,000 of them right there. They're all the same size, though.
I had them.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing, actually. All joking.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
It is. It's a phenomenal fishery. Oh, one hit it. There we go. Drop shot fish. Same size though, they're all the same.
Oh, I had them too.
Definitely looking for Mama and we're not finding her. Just a hair bigger. If he's a year older, he just ate better. It could be a year older. He looks a little bigger, but maybe he just
Not very big, eh?
he's a chow hound.
Okay, Rick, you were saying something about a drop shot. What do you mean by that?
Well, basically a drop shot is a weight on the bottom and a hook tied up the line further like that. So that if I did this vertically, that bait would be this high off of the bottom if I kept the line tight. And that's a depth I prefer right there. That's about 14 or 15 inches, and I just like that. You'll get a bottom fish will just move up and eat it, and some of them that are just cruising around off bottom will eat it as well.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Oh, he looks to be a fairly good, he's about 4 pounder.
First double header, so that's enough line.
Should be able to lift him right in, shouldn't you?
Well, I do, but
I know you don't want to break your.
I don't want to break that rod tip yet.
They just pop out?
Yeah, just get them by the lower lip.
Lower lip.
Yeah, and
Get over here.
that's a barbless hook. It'll just pop right out. Oh, he got it good.
He does. Oh, it's right through him.
That's why, yeah.
Almost like you're jigging him.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah, I watched this guy take it right off the
Ooh.
top. You start peeling some layers off. They come up and they're hitting it right on top. This guy thinks he's big. I don't think he is, but he thinks he is. He's putting up an account for himself for the size of him.
That looks to be not a bad one. No, 4 pounder.
He thinks he's big. Oh, he weighed more than I thought. He didn't come up as quick as I thought he would.
It's amazing that you're fishing so close to other people, other boats, and everyone is catching them.
Yeah, he probably weighs 3 pounds maybe.
I've got a big one on. No, I'm reeling him in too easy. He's coming in too easy. He's only a tiny baby. He's only a little baby. Jump yourself off.
Well, Tony, you were saying earlier that you were a firefighter for a good many years. What else did you do in your work career?
I started with the city in after the mines. I worked at Heat Steel as a surveyor, and after the mines closed, I traveled around working as their kids are doing now. But then I got hired with the city in 1988 in the public works sector, and then I transferred to the fire section in 1989, and I retired after 25 years. I retired in 2013.
So, Tony, we know you're a councillor for the city of Miramichi now. How did that come about that you went into that?
Then after I retired, I said, well, there's an opening on council. I think I'll put my name in the hat, and from there it's history. They're just amazing.
I think I can do this almost every cast now that I figured out what they're doing.
Are they playing games with you, Rick?
No, I'm just taking them right off the surface.
I tried that.
They are feeding
like
up.
It might have worked.
Again, they're all the same size. But yeah, that is a good one.
Eat up there.
Ah.
Look at that. Oh, two at the same time.
Oh, I netted
Did
them
you have
both.
the same?
Yeah, I netted them
That was
both.
pretty neat. I get my thumb in here.
Yeah, thumb better.
There we go.
Your bait's over the side.
Yeah, that's about a 5, 6 pounder. What do you think, bud?
I think it's awesome.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Welcome back to Backwater Casting. In this part of the show, we're going to learn a little bit more about Miramichi City Councillor Tony Walsh, and we're going to chat with him about the economic impact of the Miramichi Striper Cup Bass Tournament on the local region. Did you get any big fish?
20, 25, 26 inches was
Yeah.
about what we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, 25, 26 inches, but
Yeah.
they gotta weigh 10 pounds.
Yeah.
They're huge, nice and fat fish.
Well, you laid your gear up a long time ago. What do you think of being out here in the river striper fishing with us today?
It's pretty good actually. It's my first time doing it, so it's actually I like catching a lot of fish. So it's not like you're salmon while you're waiting and waiting and waiting. It's beautiful. You just cast and hook and reel it in and release. So I love that part of it. And the bigger one I caught there earlier with about 7 or 8 pound, that was pretty nice too. So it's great fishing and it's fun actually. I didn't think it'd be this fun, but it is. Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
he wants
bad
to
there.
he wants to get the bait. He wants to see what I'm using. He's trying to get my secret.
Okay.
Don't you think those fish aren't eating that? I mean, he's got it.
They're eating it.
Because it's barbless, even though he's got it, it's done.
Oh, they're starting to ripple again.
Come on, stay with me, sweetheart.
We take it back. That's a good fish right there.
He's a dandy.
Yep. Definitely get your picture.
Don't you stay with me now.
Swing it this way.
I am. Oh yeah, that's a dandy. There's one that it might be a keeper, Rick. It might be a keeper for you.
He hit. I didn't even know he was on there actually until I was just reeling in. So he hit hard.
Timing is everything. Just as we're not talking about the fish have quit, he smacks one that's 55 centimeters. So I guess timing is everything.
Catching the big fish when the rod is bending, that's exciting. That's very exciting. I like that. It's almost like when I used to fish the salmon, they'd bend like that too. So it was unreal actually.
Well, you guys are just off the Striper Cup last weekend. So how did that go for you this year?
Well, we started on Friday evening with the registration, and it took actually 2.5, 3 hours to get everyone registered, which was awesome. And then we went on the water. I was at the wharf at 5:30 that morning. So we were on the water early. The people loved it. And then they started coming in around 7 o'clock, and the shotgun start was at 9. And we thought that the boats were all going to head up towards where we are now, upriver I call it. But actually, they went half and half. Half of them went out the channel, and the other half went up the channel. So, and then the first one in, actually an hour and a half, first one in, hit the big one at about 21.9 pounds. And they come right in with another one right beside it at about 18 pounds. So he was our first day leader, and they ended up winning the tournament. So
They won quite a little margin too.
yeah,
didn't they?
yes,
it was
they
quite
did.
a big number. I remember reading at the time. I saw.
Yeah,
it.
theirs was around 66, I believe, 66 pounds, and the nearest one next to them was around 59.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I figured they were. I thought they were almost 10 pounds. That's
Yeah,
a,
well,
that's a
they-
big. That's a big lead.
that is a big lead to try to make up with, when you can only keep two
Two.
each day. So
So Tony, have you guys been able to figure out a way to determine what the impact on the community is, especially economically, between the Striper Cup and just the people that come up here to fish for this month?
the economic impact for 2017 was hitting around $970,000. And that was without the first 25 days leading up to the event, which takes place on the weekends. So that was that there did that's without asking all the hotels and the studies that they did on it to bring in that much revenue into the Miramichi. Not everyone tells you how much they make or whatever, because they like to keep that hidden a little bit.
Don't want
So-
the competition to know.
But other than that, it's $1 million coming into the Miramichi that's only on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if that was a little longer, which we had in 2018, we'll have a better idea of how much it took place for the whole month. The people that come in here and then they come back later on and they say, well, we're going to come back here because it's such a beautiful spot. And it's proven time and time again that Miramichi was also noted as the fishing capital of the world at one time. So the impact here in the heyday was big too. So now it's even bigger now because of the bass.
To catch up to them after you swing on them the first time. Holy smoke. My Lord. So what we're not seeing out here, we're actually a little bit deeper in 7 foot of water, and what we're not seeing is the schools of them coming to the boat. This is a solitary fish. Oh no, I got them now. I take it back. There's 4 of them there now. I
Yes,
take it
sir.
all back.
Oh, that's a good size one.
Yeah, not as big as yours.
No?
No. Not as big as the one you had. Yeah, chubby.
He's probably on it.
Him, her.
Rick, what is the best way of cooking a bass?
We did keep one last week, and my wife did it up with some Cajun blackening season and just pan fried it, and it was really, really good. It's a very firm white fish and very, very tasty with that blackening on it.
I usually get the batter from one of my friends, and we deep fry them. And he does a very good job with the batter it's a homemade batter, and he showed me how to deep fry them, and so that's what I do.
Oh, there we go. Just using the current for leverage. It's on a fly rod too, is it not? Yeah, it's on a fly rod as well.
Same size, a little bigger.
He's actually shorter. Welcome back to Backwater Casting. In this segment of the show, Tony Walsh and I are still catching a ton of Miramichi striped bass. And we're going to chat with them about the overall impact of this striper fishery on the region. There's a couple come in with this guy too, you can see them going. He might be a little bigger. Another one underneath him chasing him. No, he looked bigger.
You get him?
No, I will. It's just, it's a lot. This is the musky net is a heavy net, just to one arm them.
Yeah.
Bigger than the ones we were getting earlier.
Great catch there, Rick. Close to the borderline.
I got one on here. There's a guy behind us in a John boat. He's got one on. This guy's actually, they all feel good. I guess we got the current. We're actually anchored right now with the talon. So we're fighting the current and the fish, which makes them all seem really big. They're all the same size. We haven't really found a real big fish yet today. Well, there's one just jumped right there. There he is.
Oh, he might be supper.
I'll have a look at him. I'll have a look. They all look bigger in the water.
No. Yeah, they do, don't they? They're there. 3 pound maybe.
He is 54.
54?
Yeah.
Rick, what's the minimum length for keeping your bass?
Tony, what they've done, the retention limit, it's a slot size. So you're allowed to retain 3 fish this year between 50 and 65 centimeters. The hook to that is that your possession is also 3. So if you take, my understanding is if you take 3 home and put them in the freezer and you don't eat them, you can't bring 3 more home because you would exceed the retention limit, the possession limit. Yeah. That means they're all around, just to get it in front of one that wants to eat it.
Small little baby. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, they are everywhere. Here,
Yeah, I got you. I'll let you loose. You're good.
well, I got one on, and something that I don't mind seeing one bit. Just behind us, there are 2 boats back. There's a pair of provincial wardens doing boat checks today. So, I mean, that's always nice to see the guys out on the water. I missed 2 fish over there, and I was hoping I was going to get something big, but all I got was this guy's a future big. He's probably 4 years away from being big. I'm getting hit on the inside.
I had to swing around because the line was going underneath the boat. Oh yeah, here we go. This one I was going to switch.
That's decent.
Look at him coming.
Yeah.
Get up here.
Oh, look at the ones behind him too.
I'm going to play with him for a
Big
little.
bunch right
You
in
follow
behind him.
Come on over here. Don't be nice. Be saucy. How big's yours?
Like that, right in the net.
Get over here. Stop. That fish was Wasn't much of a fight into him. The hook fell out. Rick's got another one.
Oh, I like it when they take drag. He doesn't look that big, but he's strong. Oh, much bigger than I thought.
Pretty unreal, I couldn't believe it.
Another big one come in underneath this guy. I bassed them again today. We say they got no teeth, but they got little wee tiny teeth. And they're sharp enough.
The dorsal fin are very, very sharp, as I got stabbed here a couple of times. So, and the teeth, yeah, when I put my thumb inside, they do hurt. They do hurt.
Yeah. Especially after 20 or 30 of them. Thumb tends to get more sore each progressive fish. Oh, there we go.
Big one?
No, he thinks he is, but
he thinks he can.
yeah, that's right. He's with the little engine that could.
Oh yeah. Oh, you let go, you dirty little. Follow him again. Follow him again.
Speaks volumes for using the net instead of trying to flip these things. They just don't quit. Well, Tony, I want to thank you for coming out and spending the day with us. I know I said this out on the water. You guys here in the Miramichi have got a world-class fishery here, and I know everybody doesn't agree with it, but when you can come out here like we did today on a work day, there's 30 and 40 boats up there with husbands and wives and friends and kids, and I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, and that's what fishing's supposed to be.
Well, thank you very much, Rick, for your hospitality today. First of all, thank you for getting me out, and the fishing in 20 years, I'm going to tell you, made my day today.
Well,
and there was lots of fish, and you could make me back into a fisherman, I should say.
Yeah,
we're glad that you came here, and once again, we enjoy like the hospitality that's going here, and the people, like you say, 40 boats up there, and they're here spending money. That's the economy. It's what it's all about, and great fishing today.
Yeah, the thing that stood out to me out there today is that we actually were, at a couple of times, we were close enough to a few of the boats to chat with the folks in the boats. And most of the people that we talked to weren't from here.
No, they were not. No,
they're from St. John and Moncton and Fredericton, and so you're getting a lot of people that are coming up to the Miramichi and enjoying this. Plus, all the local folks that they just got a hop, skip, and a jump, and they're fishing. It's awesome.
Yes, and they were bubbling up there too. I mean, the bass are right on top of the water, and they were taking too. They were even. We noticed today that also the fly fishermen, they were hooking them with the flies. Now I asked that question, so now I'm a believer that they do take the fly.
And they did well. We watched there was three guys in one boat and one in another boat beside us, and they were all catching fish on flies. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was actually, and we got some big ones there that are in the well there now. Sean has them on tape, I believe, and they're great length, and they're thick through the middle of them.
And they're dinner.
And they're dinner.
They're dinner.
Dinner in Fredericton.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
It was a great day on the water.
Yes, it was.
The
I really enjoyed
hospitality
that.
up here in the Miramichi is always the very best.
It's second to none, and we just love people coming back and coming back. So
we'll be back.
All right. What do you think, bud?
I think it's awesome.
I think it's great.
Yeah.